Hi everyone, I'm back. Gonna take another beating. Cheers. Just water. Could be vodka, you never know. But just water. So I'm gonna take another beating on these stepper wiring, prototyping. See how we go. I've still yet to get it working, fully working. But, you know, it is what it is. So, where we left off the other day was that I couldn't get SPI talking at all. Well, after the stream I did. I got it working once for about 5 minutes and then it stopped again. And I don't know why. So, yeah, kind of weird one. So I'm going to plug it all back together again. It's all apart right now. I'm going to do it off the breadboard. I'm going to do it direct wires from the Pi to a stepper. I've even got a different Pi now. I tried that as well. Am I actually live? I should check if I'm actually live. I think I am live. So, where would I even check? Okay, just bear with me a moment. Still kind of weird streaming on a second channel. YouTube. Yep, I am live. Okay, that's good. Yay. So, on a new Pi, I've got a stepper. I have a feeling maybe they've damaged the steppers in some way. I don't know. I've also got my DS Logic analyzer that I can hook up to try to work out what's going on. I'm not going to use the breadboard. Now, I got so frustrated after my stream the other day that I actually, might not be able to see this, I actually tidied up all my cables and I categorized them and put them into individual bags. Like male to male is in a bag, male to females in a bag, female to females in a bag, and I separated the good ones I've got, these ones, from the, you know, the usual crap square connectors. Hello, Bruce. You fell asleep to it or it woke you? I apologize if I woke you. So I'm going to... In here I've got a bag of... Let's move them out of the way. I think I've got a bag of the good ones. Yes, these are the good ones. And these are male to male. Although there's a couple of females in there. Anyway, so my plan is to get rid of the breadboard completely. This time round. If I can. Oh, my WeChat is going crazy. I should close that. Except, okay. Just got sent a data sheet. Yay. You just watched June. I watched June last night. What did you think? No spoilers for anyone that's watching, I guess. I did not know, this is going to be a spoiler, although they spoil at the very start of the film, I did not know that it was a part one. Wow, my mind was blown. It was a very long film for a half the story. Although I'm very familiar with the June stories. I liked it. I thought visually it was absolutely amazing. I think they really captured what it would, you know, the majesty of what it would all be like visually, which I think the previous films didn't. I was going to get, so just different colours out. One of everything. One of everything if I can find. Any greys? I don't think so. So an orange. No. Okay, I have to double up on some things. Oh, Bruce retracted a message. So, I should also just SSH into that. So I've got everything ready to go. Let's do that now. Hi at makeopticalinspection.local. Hey Wagon Loads. Cooking. Yum. What are you cooking? Hit what I pictured. Or it hit what you pictured. Is that what you mean? Yeah, like I thought visually it was great, and it was the usual story. Like they didn't really modify the story at all, although they told it in a, I guess, quite an interesting way at the start. But yeah. Okay, I need it. Sorry, I'm just looking at my reference. Got to remember what pins which. I think they cast all the characters really well. I thought it was well done. Yeah. It did get a little slow near the end, though. They kind of lost their pace a bit, I feel. So here we go again. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Okay. That's going to be 3.3 volts, and then we've got ground is on 1, 3, 5, 7. That's going to be ground. Now I did manage to work out how to get a 16 megahertz signal out of an I/O on here. We only really need that if we're going to do double stepper drivers. I'm just going to see if I can get the one stepper driver working right now. I'm not going to actually plug the power in yet, but I'm going to do, so this is the clock. I'm going to go directly and see if I can just talk to the stepper. What am I building? So this is for my optical inspection. This is going to be so what I did is I built some, let me just switch cameras. I designed a PCB, a hat for the Pi, that's going to have two of the Bob, the Trinamic 5160 Bobs on them. All-in-one computer, no, automatic optical inspection. And so I want to be able to control two steppers, so two axes, X and Y, via Python, via the Pi, through these Bobs. And I had everything working on a breadboard for a single, designed this PCB the other day, wanted to just, I'm glad I did because there was one mistake I made, but I wanted a prototype on the breadboard with two of them to make sure that I've got everything working on this before I ordered the board, and couldn't get anything working on the breadboard anymore. And spent 2 hours on my first stream on this channel blundering through trying to get it working, and I couldn't. So I'm going to attempt this again. I'm going to leave ground and power off for the moment. So the select is 24, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Okay, we've got clock. And our SPI clock is 23. So this time, if I can't get it working, I'm going to break out the logic analyzer and try to work out what's going on. Very frustrating. Okay, so Mosey 23, Mizo 21. It's SDO. Okay, I need another one. What color will I do on this one? Doesn't really matter. Limit on colors. This is Moses from SDO. Oh, didn't want red. Picked the wrong colour. This is SDI. Serial data in. Okay. And my drive enable, which I have on pin 17, which is this one. Okay, this is going to be enable. Okay, so if I do ground and VCC, I should be able to talk to this thing via SPI. I can get the cable. It's ground, and this is 3.3 volts. Okay, so it's lit up. See the blue LED, bit hard to see. Blue LED, it's alive. So there's no 12 volts plugged into it, there's no stepper driver plugged into it. But I should be able to talk to it now. And this is where it failed. So I'm going to go Python example.py, and it is not talking to it. So I'm getting nothing back from the status. It's initializing, there's no errors. I'm getting nothing back. So I did make a few changes to oh, that's annoying. So I made a few changes to the example. I've put some an exception here that I can catch when I control C it, and I can de-init the board, and when I de-init the board, that does a GPIO cleanup. So I wasn't cleaning up the IO before, I am now, but it is not working. So, and I'm doing a cleanup at the start, which I don't need to do now. So it's setting up all the pins, it's doing an SPI, it's using SPI dev, it's opening it. That part of it's working, I know it's working, and then the CS, I mean, this should be talking to and getting information back from this driver, and it's not. And the only thing I can think of is I've damaged the board somehow. So if I connect, I don't even remember how to use this, so this will be interesting. I don't remember how to use my DS Logic, but if I hook up first channel, I'm going to need how many? Let's just go with one set of ground, maybe, I don't know. Need a whole bunch of little clippies. Where are my clippies? Here they are. Okay, I'm going to use yellow for clock. I'm going to use blue for, well actually what have I got here? I've got blue for CS. I wonder if I can clamp these into the will it clamp into the thing onto the DuPont cable? Oh, maybe it will. That'd be cool. Look at that. Okay, so that's, okay, my clock is yellow. If I switch the clock pin again around so I can get access to that little. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the bit on the here on the DuPont. Oh, that fell off. Okay, it might just be easier if I pull them out of fraction and click them onto the pin, maybe like that. Maybe that'll be better. Okay. What's in the way? Okay, clock. And we need the ground. I don't know if I've ever decoded SPI on my DS Logic. This will be a first. Whoop. Okay, ground. And then this is serial data in. Oh, come on, get on. Okay, I need one for serial data in. I'll make that purple. I'm not going to remember these, I'm going to have to. And green. Ooh, I lost connection to my Pi. Wonder why. Okay, green is going to be serial data out. Okay, so I've got 4 channels hooked up and hopefully one ground. I don't know if that's going to. Yeah, why don't you reload? Will that work? Why did it disconnect? Pi's disconnected. Retry. Interesting. Let me shut it down. Turn it back on again. Maybe I shorted something while I was connecting those. I don't know. So, DS view. Okay. DS Logic Plus. Is it finding it? It's not gone. It's supposed to go green when it finds it. There it goes. Okay, it's gone green. Oh, I don't know how to use this. I can't remember. Decoding SPI. And I did it on a trigger, and the trigger is. Am I doing it on CS or on clock? CS is the blue one. I don't know if these are the right colors. How do I know what color is which number? Is there a number on them all? No. So these are all the same color. No, they're not. Great. So how do I know which pin is which? None of this is going to matter if I can't get back on the Pi. Okay, I'm back on the Pi. I don't know what happened there. Okay. I mean, I could look for a pin change on anything, right? And what... How long am I capturing for? 5 seconds? I don't know. I click run. It's going to be waiting on all of the pins right now. assuming I remember how to use this thing, if I run this, and it did not trigger anything. Just waiting. So how do I know what number it is? Oh, hang on, what's that? It found something. Number 2, but I don't know what that is. Because the colors don't necessarily match up with anything. Like one of these should be on the clock. I've got CS, clock, SDI, and SDO. What's if I trigger it on? Whoa, it's capturing something now. Okay, it's only capturing this. Is that because... Right, so it didn't start because nothing's coming on that. Options, stream mode, capture data, threshold level. That'll be threshold for a shift, right? I don't know, what's halfway? Targets over 1. I have no idea. I don't need 5 seconds worth. If I stop this, if I capture, okay, so it's capturing with this thing running. It's capturing. But it's only capturing on this channel. So could it be that I've got it plugged into the wrong? No, this should be 0 to 3. One, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1. Right, so this is going to be 0, 1, 2, and 3. There's only 4. There's 4 channels here, and I've only got 4 I'm capturing, right? So it should be 0, 1, 2, and 3. But I'm not getting anything. You're looking for any edge, sure. So I only got 4 channels that I can be capturing right now. See, it's not... It's interesting. And again, it's working on this channel. Wish I knew what that was. Small pulse, long pulse, and off. Am I not? I mean, I should be seeing data. I should be seeing... Oh, that pin doesn't even look like it's in that cable. Maybe because I don't have the grounds hooked up. Do I need to have the ground hooked up on all of them? My understanding was I just need one. At this speed, with this many channels, I should only need the one ground. From my understanding. But I could be wrong on that. It's been a real while since I've used this. I do have another ground here. No, I'm still not getting anything anywhere else. This is speed. Oh, it's at 1 megahertz. It's not really going to make a difference though, is it? It's definitely not triggering. So the only one that's triggering is number 2. I really need to work out which one that is. It's not the clock, because it doesn't look like a clock signal, does it? Which one is my clock? This one. Yellow. If I get rid of that clock, oh, something triggered again. Okay, so it's not my clock. So is that the CS? If I unplug the CS and do that again, yeah, it's the CS pin. Yeah, but I can't tell which one the third pin is. Like, they're not labeled, so I don't know. But that's definitely the CS. That's the CS pin. So it's triggering the CS pin, but it's not initializing or getting anything back on the SPI bus for some reason, which doesn't make a lot of sense. CS back. Put the clock back. I've got the wrong way around. That's the clock. It's getting a bit fiddly in here. A bit squishy. Whoops, knocked that one off. Get on. Okay. So that's definitely the CS pin, and I'm not getting anything else from it. So if I change the megahertz. Again, I'm getting on the CS, but I'm not getting anything else. Does that mean the chip's dead? Should probably let people know I'm streaming, shouldn't I? Oh well. I might just quickly post. Nah. No one's going to want to watch me do this or not do anything. So, I'm brushing my teeth. Brushing your teeth and see me live. I need to, that's my other one. Let me just go. I might just post the link to this. Get disconnect the board and see if I get a clock. I can do that, and I can also plug my other one in. Copy link. I'm streaming again on my second channel. Can't spell. Hey, here. So I'm just going to tweet out. Okay, so back to, where is that and that? Okay, let's unplug the power. Well, I'm going to have to actually disconnect everything. Or do I just want to... This is fragile. These are really fragile. Okay. I just want to see if I have a clock. I need a different cable. That, and I need a ground. Okay, so just disconnect all this. Okay. Ground. Debugging, no, something. I'm doing something. Debunking. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Matthew. Async IO? No. Automatic optical inspection. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of wires hanging off, but I've got just, now I don't know which one that is. So turn it on, all of them. Oh, look at that, I've got, what is that? Okay, so start. And I'm not getting a clock. There is no clock. Unless it's broken. Unless that connector working? Is that connector broken? Okay, hang on. How many of these are going to be broken now? DuPont wires. I hate them. I honestly hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them. Nothing good about them. Just going to make another mess. Okay, so this should be ground and the SPI clock. Well, they've got some color at the end of them, but they're not numbered. So great, you plug it in, and then which cable is which one. That's the problem. I don't know which one's which. Would you recommend a DS scope as a first? Wait, a scope? This is not a logic analyzer. What do you mean by, you want an oscilloscope? What do you mean by DS? Hey, Marius, what do you mean by DS scope? Yeah, see, this is not picking up anything from the SPI clock on the Pi. Oh, do they? Okay, I didn't know that. It's been a long stream today. I only just started a little while ago. And I'm not sure how long I'm going to go for, but it's about 35 minutes ago. I'm not sure how long I'm going to stream for today. I was hoping to work out what is going on with this. So, boy. I wonder what SPI mode 3 is, but API outputting GPIO signals before successfully. Yeah, there's just, it's just SPI. It's just a SPI bus. Sure. I mean, all my test jigs use SPI for the screens and stuff. This particular Raspberry Pi, absolutely, because this Pi was running a test jig. Yep. So if I go sudo raspi, I'll show you something. Like if I turn off the SPI bus interface, SPI, if I turn it off, yeah. And now if I run the code, there's an error. No such file or directory because it can't find the SPI bus, right? But if I turn it back on again, and I run the code, it can find the bus. So, but it's not finding any clock. I don't see why not. So that's 23. What IO is 23? Can't remember what IO 23 is. 23. Anyone remember what GPIO that is? Because I can just trigger it, I guess. It doesn't need a clock, no. I mean, it's just looking for a... I'm looking for any change up or down. Matches the software. Your first cable should be grey, brown, red, orange. Really? Okay, hang on. There should be a grey, brown, red, orange. You are correct, there is. I have a grey, brown, red, orange. I did not know that. Okay, I'm just going to switch so you can see more about what I'm doing. I'm going to focus. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this. And not that it matters. I still should be seeing something on the bus. I'm going to plug in this cable, which has grey, brown, red, and orange. I'm going to put the clock on grey. It doesn't matter which side you plug it into, right? They're both the same. Should be both the same. Hey, cable tie. Okay, so ground. I'm just going to pull these other wires out because why not? Get out. Okay, so just make sure it's the right pin. Wow, these pies get hot, don't they? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23. 23 is the SPI clock. And ground is pin 5. That is a ground. So I should have ground and whatever. Okay, Henrik, catch you later. Have a good time at work. Or, sorry, as much as a good time as you can have. Okay, so I mean, if I just check this on a rising edge, right? Start. I mean, this should be triggering a clock. And there's nothing. Hey, Jerry. SPI init. Hey, Chris. Okay, so where? Let me find some docs for this. We're going to find some docs. We're going to find some. What is it? SPI dev. SPI dev docs. Oh no, not that docs. Let's find a website. Rust docs, SPI dev documentation. God, who knows what the right docs are? Yeah, they came with the DS Logic. They're very cool. So, no, I don't want like this. I want actual. Come on. No, this is a forum post. Raspberry Pi SPI dev docs. What? Is there no documentation for this? Is the LA set in 3.3 volt mode? There isn't a 3.3 volt mode. There is a threshold level to detect a positive or a negative. Which works because it was grabbing the CS change. Black is on 9. No, the fifth along. Sorry, the fifth on the left-hand side. Number 9. Sorry, the 5th pin on the left. On that side. Pin number 9 is ground. Sorry. Yep. It's not a ground issue. I know that pin works as ground because I was getting data on the CS line before, which is the line that the software is toggling, but nothing is. Okay, where did I just get? Sorry, someone just asked me a question on the stream channel. Read this if you use Python SPI dev. SPI max speed. Oh, I've lost my OBS window. Okay, so that's gone behind my thing. So open, so bus 0, device 0, write bytes, read bytes. There's no start or end something, there's a close. So SPI mode has 2-bit pattern of clock polarity and phase. Speed. Is loop turned on or off? Loop should be off. Good. It's not in loopback mode. Bits per word is set to 8. It was already initialized, Dirk. Like I turned it off and turned it back on again, but it's already initialized. But I can restart it. I just restarted the Pi before though. It's definitely calling this because you can see it's printing out the object here. That's what's printing there. What about Python, Raspberry Pi, SPI? The DMM is not going to be able to pick up the frequency on the clock. Like I'm not going to be able to see switching at 1 megahertz on a DMM. I can on my scope, but it's all the way over there. But well, the DS Logic should be able to pick it up. Oh, I'm not convinced it's on the logic analyzer side because I've been having problems with getting this thing talking to the board. So I'm not convinced it's I think the logic analyzer is showing that there's an issue with SPI. SPI on the Pi. I'm pretty sure I've already checked and it's 0, 0. 0, 0 and 0, 1, and I tried 0, 1. You can set max speed hertz. Yeah, I've done that. It's set already. It's set to 1 megahertz. Setting it lower to read it on a DMM doesn't help me. The DS Logic's working. It was triggering on the CS pin. SPI dev. Bus device. Megahertz mode. That's what I'm using, Bruce, the shush engine. If I just go and grab this code, right, if I just go new, paste it, I'm going to save this as, I don't know, was it SparkFun test .py. If I go Python SparkFun test, wait, what did I just do? Where did I just save that? File, save as. Oh, right. That was silly. Move, slash, SparkFun. Wow, SparkFun. You can't even see what I'm typing. I just realized it's off the screen because of the camera view. test.py to here. Now run it. Python, SparkFun. Okay, that should be talking on the bus right now. That should be talking SPI. If I run, it is not capturing anything on the clock. Nothing on the clock. Well, the GPIO numbers are irrelevant. It's using device 1. Hang on. Maybe that should be 0. Just let's try that again. Still not triggering or anything. Still no clock. And that's on 0, 0. And 0 is just the standard SPI pins here. Well, I'm not using any board at the moment, but these are the Trinamic, the 5160 Bob. TMC 5160 Bob. But I don't have anything plugged in right now. I just want to get a clock, an SPI clock off the Raspberry Pi. That's all I'm trying to get right now. Okay, I'm going to reboot the Pi. Oops, wrong screen. I'm rebooting the Pi, just so everyone knows it's from the start. Okay, here's some so you remember I had all this working already on Bob boards be used for CNC or 3D printers. No, they can't be plugged into a regular stepper board, a 3D printer board, like a G-code board. I mean, you could make a board for them, but they're not compatible. They're different type of board structure for them. They're designed to run off SPI. Waiting for this to reboot. So this code here is supposed to test let's see what this code does. New and save as test.py Python test.py begin repeat send byte. Oh, that's not looking good. Oh, that's getting a clock. So that's getting something on the clock. But it's begin, repeat, send byte. Why is it taking so long? How long is repeat count? Oh, that's a lot of different bytes. Okay. And what? 1, 2, 3, 1. Let's move back to 1 megahertz. Okay, let's just stop this. Let's get the other pins hooked up. But that was let me see if I can get it's in the wrong container. See if I can get SDI and SDO working. Okay, brown. Brown is going to be, I can't remember if that's SDI or SDO. Doesn't really matter for the moment. And red, where'd my other ones go? What's the next color? Brown and red. Just excuse me a moment. I'm streaming. Shut up. Okay. Red. Okay. Okay, so if I now not gonna let me shrink the window down? Thank you. Okay, if I start that, I run the code again. Okay. We're definitely seeing sending. Can I decode SPI? Try it again. Don't even know how that works. Unexpected kiddo, yeah. Unexpected someone's going to be in big trouble tonight. So I don't really know how the decoding works on this. Hold on a second, folks. Sorry, folks. Does it need to be told which clock fall rise to read the data on? I don't know. As I said, I haven't really looked into the decoding. Plus next to the SPI to add a decoder. Oh, right. Okay. As I said, I don't even know how this works. I've never done decoding. SPI data. Clock is on 0. I don't know which one was which. Hang on. Data out is on that one, and that one is red. Okay. Not that I need to 2 and 1. I don't know. I think it might be on list. Well, there we go. Okay, it's got some decoding. So at least this is controlling it and this is working, but there's really nothing that this is doing differently. in terms of initializing. So if I go back to, this is also, oh, this is not doing anything. That's not true. I can see something, but there's no clock. Maybe it's too fast. Put it back to the same speed. See, this is not getting anything. Loop back, false. There's really no differences here. No, it's not running as SPI slave. Like this is the same. So if I just go this and here, like you'll see that when I say it's the same, it's grabbing the device, opening it, 00, okay, setting the speed. So other than maybe it's this mode, this is not capturing anything, right? Nothing at all. But if I do this one, well, this is capturing something, but it's not capturing the, what do you call it anymore? The clock. So the clock's not being captured anymore. So it's not being captured. If I trigger on that though, okay, so that captured by itself, but see there's no clock. Put mode equals 0 in test. Well, I shouldn't need to because it was working a few minutes ago. You saw it working. It doesn't let me like changing the triggering while it's running. Oops. See, it's not triggering on the clock. The clock is gone. The clock was there a moment ago. I tried it at 3. You know, this needs 3. The board needs mode 3 to talk to it. So this is the thing I was having before. I was having intermittent problems. It was working and then it stopped working. And it worked for a bit and then it stopped working. And it's just like now, this test, which was working a few minutes ago, you saw it capture the clock, you saw it decode stuff, is now no longer triggering. And these are all still connected. It's like the SPI bus just gives up working on the Pi and then it stops. If I delete that, go again, it's not capturing, it's not triggering at all. It just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't matter wagon load. It should just be triggering. This is just the start of the capture. Button docs say you can close it. Okay, sure. Well, in this case, I'm just doing a cancel, but wow, I just got an interesting message from Espressive. Can't say what it is though. Oh. Right, I'm gonna have to. I mean, even if I can close it, that doesn't really matter. No. I've already got cool chips here. A question about the S3 with a very disturbing answer. As in a bad, disturbing answer. It shouldn't need a close. I mean, I can... The problem is this running this test... Okay, let's change how long it runs for. Because that's just crazy how long it's running for. Alright, and then let's do a close. So it's going to do 2,000 of them. And then it should stop. Okay, it stopped and it did a close. So now if we run it again, it's still not capturing. There's still no clock. If I triggered on that, that's capturing. Can the Arduino IDE be made to upload to the ESP32S2? Yes, of course. There's full S2 support in Arduino IDE. Maybe the SPI is locking up. Possibly, but the question is why? And that's the thing, it was... Can't type. Just going to Raspberry config it again. I'm going to just turn it off. Turn it back on. I know you're supposed to do a restart, but I'm pretty sure that's only if you're turning it on for the first time, but I could be wrong. Go back to that. No, not 5 minutes. It chops the edge off. I can't read next to what it is. No, 5 hours. 5 seconds. There we go. If I run. Okay, that triggered. Look, that triggered this time. Turning off the SPI and turning it back on again worked. Let's see if I can repeat that. Yes. It did it again. So. maybe because there's no board.spi.close on this. Yeah, maybe it needs to be closed each time. So if I now start and I run the example, no, didn't trigger. But it's getting this. But it got no clock. So maybe the clock doesn't come in until it starts sending. Device file handle not being managed properly. It's possible, but the question again is, like, if I now cancel that, that should have done a nice clean. And if I start this again and run the other test, no, didn't capture again. See that? Now it's not capturing again. So this SPI engine is doing something. I wonder if the board mode is being stored for next time. So this is not working again now. Is there another way to turn the SPI off and on again without going through Raspberry config? Does anyone know? Put a restart at the beginning of the test. A restart of what? Turn it off. Turn it back on. Run the test again. And it works. Possible there's a value I can echo. There's no SPI restart command. Sudo .spi equals on equals off. Okay, thanks Bruce. So that just proved I can now, as many times as I want, run this. You see, it's capturing. Yep, I can do it again. I should not capture 5 seconds. It's working and it's triggering on the clock. See that? There's the clock. Why is the SPI engine code not working? It initializes SPI and then does the GPIO state thing, which is fine. If we put it in mode 3, let's find out. Let's also change this to 2 seconds. Start. Yes, it's capturing at mode 3. So you just see that the clock pulses the other way around. I don't have to wagon load, it's working. I can make it work every single time in the test code. So that's not the problem. No, it's not your test code. What else is it? There's the 8-bit. SPI port 0 dot SPI bits per word is 8, and there's the loop equals false. I'm gonna put everything in. Dot loop equals false. Try again. And, oh, what did I do? Sorry, my bad. Okay, and again, it's capturing, no problem. Hey Christos, what are we destroying? My mind. Destroying my mind. I can tell it not to initialize the GPIO pins, but I wonder if the set mode is doing something. What's if we do the set mode first? First, let's get rid of the set mode. Let's just get rid of that, okay? And let's, so starting, and let's do the example. Please set pin numbering. What? Oh, right, it's trying to... Okay, I do have to initialize it, but I'm going to do that first before the SPI. No, not capturing. I mean, it's not doing anything. That's the problem. Like, this code is just sitting there doing nothing at the moment. Well, it shouldn't be, actually, because it should be... It's reading from the SPI bus. So there's reads, and I'm also doing the ramp status, which is what this is printing. So these should be talking to the SPI bus and getting values back, but it's getting 0. Pins trying to get repeatedly successfully send SPI data with his own code. Oh, that's for Christos, right? If you delete everything from your own, well, it's not my code. It's the slush engine, and I was using it fine. Like before my last stream, like for a couple of days, I had this working. I was playing with the stepper, single stepper, everything was fine, which is why I went to make the board, because I didn't want to keep everything on a breadboard. So this was all working totally fine before. And this should be trying to spin the motor. Like it's sitting here looping, spinning the motor back and forwards. So it should be talking, it should be sending bytes, which is no different to what this thing is doing. Repeatedly send 1 byte, right? If I go back now to the other test, I bet you it won't work again. Yep, see, it's not working again. So, to fix that, I have an idea. As in, not to fix it, to see if I can break it. I need to... Oh, go away. Sudo command not found. Really? Oh, right, just the DT param stuff. Wow. And then it worked. Oh, is it that off screen again? Okay, on. Right. So if I run the test code again, this is sitting there waiting to capture. You know what I'm going to do? Hang on. Stop. Turn off decoding. Let's make this smaller. See if we can fit all this on the screen a bit better, so you can see what's going on all the time. Maybe that's better. Okay. Start. Should be capturing. Test. Okay, it's capturing. Okay, that worked. Now, if I import R, if I do that, I just want to import the GPI first, GPIO, and see what happens. Still works. if I change the mode, still works. So even with doing a set mode on it, that is still working. See? So what else is in this code? Oh, is this set warnings false? What else? Let's build this code up and see if we can get it to the point where it breaks. No, still good. Okay, there's a whole lot of and enable. And I wonder if it doesn't like the pin I chose for enable. 11, which is GPIO 17. What's if we use 37 for argument's sake? So the CS I'm using is this one, SPI C0, which is fine. 24. Memory leak will occur if overlay removed properly. What? Catch you later, Bruce. Sorry. Oof. There was what's if we get rid of all of the enable is out and it's setting CS to high, which is should be fine. And if mode equals that, it's setting what they are. If I tell it to, right, it's not even, look at that, enable, disable, it's not even trying to pull those high anymore. But it is trying to do the CS pin. So I can hook up the CS pin. I've got one more of these I can do. Well, the CS pin's a user pin, Matthew. Like that's what it's designed for. Shouldn't really be a problem. And I can, yeah, I mean, I can try. I can change the pin, but they're explicitly what they're there for. Okay, so the CS pin is now on orange. I'm going to trigger on the CS pin. Obviously, what I'm talking about on this one. Example. Okay, I triggered on the CS pin. And look at that. I've got data. Look at that. CS and clock. From example. Look at that. It worked. If I stop it. Uh-oh. Did the Pi restart? And the Pi crashed. Which is what happened earlier when I started my stream. Look at that. So, let's see if we can, if it reloads. The right-hand script, no, there's no CS pin on the right-hand script. Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, this has crashed. This is a hard crash. Like the Pi's gone down. It hasn't restarted. It's just become unresponsive. I need to pull the power cable out. So maybe there is a problem using that CS pin. Are you connected to the reboot pin? No, there is no reboot pin, but no, I'm not connected to the reboot pin. What other pin can I use? Well, letting that reboot. What's if I make CS pin 30? So I made the enable pin 37, didn't I? Let's retry. Let's see if we can connect. Okay, that's getting better. So if I make I'm going to make this one 35. I'm going to make this one 37. So enable, which is doing nothing, is going to be GPIO 19, and 26 GPIO or 20 or pin 37 is going to be the CS pin. And I'm going to connect the CS instead of 24. I'm going to connect it to that pin there. So if I now capture that and I run example, that's crashed again. That's crashed again. That's taken the pi down again. Yep. Taking the pi down again. Unplug. There was an issue on the SPI dev repo about CS handling causing a kernel crash. That was way back in January. I'm going to do this again without CS. What's interesting is CS worked before until the Pi hard crashed. It captured data. You want a bedtime story? I'll tell you a bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was an idiot called Sion who wasted so much of his time trying to get basic SPI working on a Raspberry Pi. Hey Marius, you still watching? Oh, that's not rebooting. Waiting for SSH tunnel. I think I've killed Visual Studio Code now. Pi at inspection.local. Okay. Yep, I killed Visual Studio Code that time. Just want to run test again. Oh, it's triggering on the wrong pin. Okay. Yeah. Why is it triggering straight away? Oh, I've got no trigger. Whoops. I run the code and it triggers. Okay. So that's working. What did I change here? Nothing. Except the pins I used. I mean, I don't know what other pins I can use. Can't use 24. 26 is CS1 by default. So if I try CS1, I capture. This is going to bring down the pi again. Captured, but it's killed the pi. See? It's killed the pi again. The only other thing I can think of is maybe me reading some values is killing it, is locking it up. So, okay, that's the next thing to try. Is the pi overheating? Pi's always overheat. Sure, I mean, there's heat sinks on it. But, you know, is it warm? Sure. No warmer than a pi normally runs, though. While I'm waiting for that reboot, I need to ask a question. Every SPI. Sorry, I need to reply to this. Okay, sorry. If I get confirmation of what they're saying, I'll let you know what it is that's freaking me out. See, Visual Studio Code is not happy again. Okay, I am getting only a little bit peed off. Visual Studio Code is just not liking having it disappear that way. So in the example, if I tell it not to get the RAM status and I don't read any of those registers, instead I do a print, ready to go. Okay. I'm going to try again. If this locks up again, I'm going to call it a quits, because this is just ridiculous that it keeps locking up the pi, especially when the test code doesn't. Okay, I'm capturing. Python example.py. Here we go. That is locked up. I wonder if it's locking up because it's not getting anything back. Like it's locking up because there's no board connected. Like it's trying to do a read value. It's trying to read from it and it can't. And so maybe that's killing it. Maybe I need to plug the board in. version of your code before the lockup? It was just different pin numbers on the enable. So yeah, I don't really know. I need to unplug this, all this. Okay, let me just... Okay. I'm going to do this without the DS logic for the moment. And I need that. They can go... Okay, I'm going to plug all these wires back in. And pretend like we're starting again. I'm going to do this in a different mode. So you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm back in on there anyway, so I'm going to do... Did I just swap a wire? I did. Okay. 1, 3, 5... That one there is going to... That'll be ground, and... I have to go again... 17, so it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 is that, and that connector is definitely foobar. This one is clock. That is definitely clock. And this one is clock 16. And I gotta remember which ones they are. I don't remember. I've lost the page. What was it? 19 is SDI. This one's SDO. And ground, power, and I don't have a CS, I need a CS. And I'm going to put CS back on 24. I'm hoping the lockup is just because there's no device there. Okay, so board, oops, didn't mean to do that. So actually I put on 26. Okay, so this is talking to the board, there's nothing else connected. Enable's not being used, it doesn't matter. So, and I don't have the DS logic connected. But I should be able to run this and I should get data back. And I am not. And it just locked up again. Calculate is a way to position parts at a 45-degree angle. Yeah, you go in and you do an edit and you change the rotation inside there. By default, it does a 90-degree turn. Yeah, no, it's automatically killing. I don't understand why, but it's killing the the Pi every time. So on that, I think I'm going to call it a break again, and I need to do some more research. I need to get a different SPI device. Just anything. I just need anything SPI, actually. Maybe I could just use a screen. Do I have a screen? I don't know, I want to do this now. No, I'm going to call it for now. I've been streaming for a while. An hour and 40 minutes. And still got nowhere. And the board is not rebooting it. The Pi's not rebooting itself. Okay. Yep, I'm going to unplug it. Folks, I'm calling it. Thanks for sticking by. For those of you that did. For those of you who went to sleep, well, I don't blame you. This is a little infuriating. As I said, I had this working on the breadboard with a stepper. 2 different steppers, but only one bob. For many days before I started designing the PCB and then went to prototype this. So, was working reliably. But the fact that I can lock up the Pi without having one of these bobs connected, using the shush engine, I don't understand what it is. You know, other than me getting rid of all of the CS stuff. Yeah, I'll have a play off stream. Hopefully on the next stream I'll have something working to show you all. Otherwise, I'm gonna get the gun and go kapoof, shoot it in the head. Thanks everyone. Hope you all have a, what day is it? Monday. Oh, okay. Have a great week. And hopefully I'll see you all on my normal, regular Wednesday stream. Yep. Okay. Catch you later. Bye.